Have you ever felt that even when you're surrounded by people, when you're with your family, your friends, or even in a relationship, you still feel alone? Not a painful loneliness, but a quiet distance, a space between you and the world that no one else seems to notice. You sit with others, you smile, you respond, but somewhere deep inside there's a voice saying, "I'd rather be alone right now." And maybe you've questioned yourself because of it. Why don't I feel like them? Why don't I crave constant connection? Why does silence feel more comfortable than conversation? But what if this isn't something to fix? What if this is something rare? People who love being alone are often misunderstood. From the outside, it looks like they're avoiding life, like they're missing out, like they don't know how to connect. But the truth is completely different. They're not disconnected from life, they're deeply connected to themselves. And that changes everything. Because when you're alone, you're not distracted. There's no pressure to perform, no need to impress anyone, no expectations to meet. It's just you and your thoughts. And in that space, something powerful begins to happen. You start noticing things most people ignore. You hear your own voice more clearly. You understand your emotions instead of escaping them. While others are running away from silence, you've learned how to sit inside it. Most people fill their time to avoid themselves, scrolling endlessly, jumping from one conversation to another, searching for something outside to feel complete. But you choose that silence, not because you have no options, but because you've discovered something powerful within it. You've realized that being alone is not the same as being lonely. Loneliness feels empty, but solitude feels full. The peace you want, the answers you're looking for, even the happiness you're chasing, it all begins inside. And people who love being alone understand this deeply. They know that the restlessness they feel, the thoughts that won't leave them, are not problems to escape, but signals to understand. That's why they turn inward instead of outward. Their inner world becomes their real home, a place where they can think freely, feel deeply, and exist without pretending. And when you discover that kind of space within yourself, you naturally start protecting it. You become more selective with people. You stop allowing just anyone into your life. You distance yourself from noise that disturbs your peace, not because you hate people, but because you value your mind. People who enjoy being alone carry a depth that isn't easy to explain. They think more than they speak. They observe more than they react. They understand emotions, both their own and others, on a level that goes beyond words. That's why small talk feels exhausting to them. Because their mind isn't looking for surface-level interaction, it's searching for meaning. They don't connect easily, but when they do, it's genuine. They don't have many people in their life, but the few they have truly matter. And that kind of connection is rare. And here's something most people don't realize. When you enjoy being alone, you become less dependent on others for your happiness. You don't need constant validation. You don't need attention to feel worthy. You don't chase people because you're not afraid of losing them. There's also a quiet strength in them, because you've already built something most people are still trying to find, a relationship with yourself. But this way of being doesn't always come easily. Sometimes people learn to love solitude after being misunderstood, after giving too much of themselves and receiving too little in return, after realizing that not everyone values depth, not everyone understands silence, and not everyone deserves access to their inner world. So they stop forcing connections. They stop explaining themselves to people who don't listen. And slowly, being alone stops feeling like rejection and starts feeling like freedom. Because in solitude, you meet your real self, not the version shaped by expectations, Not the version created to fit in, but the version that exists when no one is watching. You begin to understand your patterns. You question your fears. You discover what truly matters to you. And that's where real growth begins. Because you've already experienced something deeper, inner clarity. So, no, being alone is not boring. It's not emptiness. It's not something to escape from. It's a space where you finally meet yourself without noise, without pressure, without distraction. And maybe that's why you feel different. And that makes you unique. So tell me, in the comment box, do you also enjoy being alone? If this video made you feel seen or understood, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your one small click means more than you think. It truly motivates us to keep creating content like this. Thanks for watching.